So you're going live? Say hi, wait.
Hold on. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, so we're live now from the House of L. You got JP Clams, Wait, and McScrub Jr. here. Say hi, guys.
How's it going?
World.
Yeah. All right, so we found a war yesterday against a random Asian clan. Are they from Asia or?
Korea, maybe?
The location says the Vatican City, so I'm just going to assume that they're Asian.
Drop that on me.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of pre-scouting here, guys. War starts in 3 hours and 30 minutes. Unfortunately, I have to be at work in 3 hours, so we're gonna get a little pre-scout going here today, and then tomorrow when we jump back on, we'll go over some of the attacks that happened, and probably I might do a live attack on Switch.
User joined your channel.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
Hey,
and then
Scotty.
there's Scotty.
Got it. Hey.
what up?
Nothing
You want me
much.
to
We're
hop
live,
on?
Scotty. Yeah, I
Doing
was
it
gonna
live,
have you
Scotty.
attach the Twitch to the Twitter to the Twitch, but I went ahead and started it.
You figure it out. If you go into the settings, go to
Yeah, I
connector
found out how to do it. I just don't know the password to the Twitter.
to are we twitching right now?
We're live.
Yep, sure are.
Yeah.
Well, then I
so
can't
go
tell
ahead
you
and
the
drop that
password.
password, will you?
No.
Yeah, no, you took too long, so I went ahead and started.
Same as the email.
Oh, okay. What's the handle?
So for all you that have
use?
hacked the email, you now know the Twitter password.
Nice. Yeah, if you'll just line me the handle, Scotty, I'll set it up after
It's
this.
Unfiltered.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll set it up
Oh.
after this.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right, see
See
you
you later.
Scotty.
User
Bye, Scott.
disconnected from your channel.
And that was Scotty. He popped in to say hi for a moment.
And
We're coming in a little. We're coming in a little quiet, Scrub.
What?
We're coming in a little quiet.
Oh, I'm always a little quiet, man. I gotta get a new mic.
No,
We'll
not
talk
just
about
you.
this.
Everybody. Like I'm on full volume and it's quiet.
Let's see here. How quiet are we talking, bro?
I mean, I can hear it in my headphone barely.
with a
Is that
single or
better?
double headphone.
I'll let you know.
Let me know how quiet we are. I will.
Single.
Okay. I was wondering if I was going to get a response or if you're just going to give me waiting.
Yeah, how's this? Yeah, just let me know what I got going on here. I will turn some sounds up and we'll try it out. Still waiting on sound?
keep turning it up.
Oh, did it get louder?
No.
I don't know what to tell you, sir.
Anybody
Yeah.
else want some more maxed out guns? I'm just handing them out.
Yeah, some technical difficulties.
You want me to get rid of the one I have and get another one from you, Wait?
Oh, that's not necessary. You really don't have to do that. I just
That's crazy.
realized how much these new ones cost. I'm like, yeah, easy on those requests now, guys.
Yeah, was it quiet last time too?
No.
Huh. I don't know why it's quiet now.
Hey, Barb Ben, how's the sound, man? We'll see what he's got.
Yeah. See what they're saying here. Turn the sound up on the iPad. We'll see if it gets any louder. I got almost everything maxed out, but I'm not gonna like blow my eardrums out to hear myself. So, say anything?
About the same, but it's fine. I mean, I can hear it.
Check.
It's decent. Barb Ben says it's decent. How's it going today, everyone?
Okay. Yeah, I'll work on that. We'll see what we could do about sound. I don't know how it sounded last time either. But anyway, okay. So, Clams, what bags were you thinking about hitting this one?
I'm gonna hit number 24.
Let's get a look. Let's see how it looks. All right. Here's number 24. Looking at a 2020 hero level, piss poor base layout. What were you planning on doing?
It's a horrible base. I'm gonna do a Govajo. I'm gonna throw some Valks in there, and then I'm gonna back it up with Hogs on the back end. And I'm gonna do that because all of these side bull compartments, so this basically flower, star, whatever,
Mhm.
they don't have any visible spring traps in front of the defenses. You know, there can only be so many traps in there with everything jammed together. So I'm gonna break in at around 7 o'clock at that cannon on the corner. So pretty much right in front of the queen, right?
Yeah.
I'm bringing 2 golems and 8 Valks. I'm going to use 4 wizards to funnel at the beginning.
Where are you funneling at?
I'm going to funnel at the army camp and the elixir collector on the left of the pedal, and the gold mine and the barracks on the right side.
Okay,
Uh,
so where are you gonna put your golems at? You gonna put them on the outside of the cannon?
yeah, either side of the cannon. I mean, it doesn't really matter because there's not too much fire that's going to be
Well,
taken by the wizards that far
I'm
out.
I'm just checking, yeah, because the archer tower down by home base. If you put your golems near the tip of that wall, they're not gonna shoot the golems because they'll be just
Yeah,
out of range.
yeah, I'll probably put them on the sides of the wall
All right.
instead of going to the corner. But it's only 2 buildings. I should be easy to scout on either side. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
break in, and the wizard tower might pose a problem, so that's why I'm gonna also make sure I send my golems in on the side of the cannon there, because you don't want your
Right.
wall breakers getting zapped by wizard tower.
Right.
So I'm gonna break in there. My golems are gonna path into the cannon. My queen in there, my king in there, and then I'm gonna drop 8 Valks. I'm gonna have a jump spell basically right where the queen is, just send them all into the core.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'm immediately gonna heal right in the center of the core. And as soon as I do that, I'm gonna supplement with my hogs on the 3 petal sides. And I'm just gonna do a 1 finger drop on each bell, and then they'll path in, and everything should pretty much meet in the middle.
So are you just bringing a jump and 3 heals and a poison spell?
A jump, 3 heals, and a poison. That's correct.
Or how many hogs you looking at?
Right around 16.
16. So what are you gonna
16
do?
hogs, 8 Valks. So I'm gonna send the hogs. I'm not really overly concerned about any compartment because they're all pretty much the same.
Right.
Uh, I'm gonna send 2 on each of the archer towers, north and south, and then I'm gonna send the rest in. So there's 12. So I'm probably gonna send 4, 4, and 4, and heal 2 of those compartments, and the Valks will be in there tanking as well. It should go down pretty quickly. I don't think this raid is gonna last anywhere close to 3 minutes. I'm gonna have some cleanup wizards for the outside. Quite a few of them actually, probably around 4 or 5.
Okay.
And a couple goblins just get around there, take out all the collectors and everything. It's a really the base is all together, so it really shouldn't be tough.
Yeah, so you're thinking all 4 Teslas are in the core with giant bombs?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm thinking.
Or don't be surprised if you find a giant bomb between, like if you look up top near the clan
Yep.
castle, those little gaps right there. Don't be
Right, right.
surprised if you find a giant bomb because there's 4 compartments for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be healing in those two.
Or a Tesla. Yeah, or a
Uh,
Tesla. It'll be one of those two, I'm sure.
and yeah, the goal is to pretty much just take out the cannon, the wizard tower, and then have the heal in there. So I
Hmm.
don't even think one giant bomb is gonna do it. They don't have any doubles.
Right.
So that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. I'm really not too concerned. It's a pretty terrible layout. And I am deciding not to challenge myself and just going for a base like this.
It, it it also helps that they have 5 more Town Hall 10s than we do too. So
Yeah, you got to take what you can get, and I think
yeah,
I can get this.
nice.
So that's
All
what I'm
right. What
looking
about?
at. Wait, you pick a base yet, man? What are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm saying 35 and 36, but the difference is
Oh,
I,
you can't have
I,
either.
I yeah.
Edge and
Oh,
Space
for a
Call
second,
does.
I haven't even looked at those. All right, so I haven't even looked at the clash cards, so don't judge me. So
Okay,
I'm
what's
checking through them.
are you gonna be hogging weight probably?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, so 37 is open. Let's take a look at 37 and see if that's a good base for you to hog. All right, looking at 37. All right. So just looking real quick at 37, you're gonna assume that there's gonna be a Tesla and probably the bombs right near the expos, right?
Yeah. I was thinking, you think there's a giant, you put a double giant bomb right in between open areas, second between
Yeah, sitting side by
home and
side right
first.
there,
Yeah.
and then the other one between first and second up there. Yes, there might be a Tesla sitting somewhere in there.
Yeah, I figured they would put the Teslas inside, like have Teslas inside in the apartment.
All right, so probably only need like one golem to get to the queen. How would you dodge those bombs, Clowns? Would you even worry about them?
I probably wouldn't worry too much about them because
They're in a
well,
bad
we
spot sitting
think
side by
yeah,
side.
we think they're right next to the mortar in there where the queen and king are.
Yeah, we figured there's like a Tesla and a bomb somewhere
Yeah,
spaced out between the air defense and the mortar.
right. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you're gonna be coming in there to get the queen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I just don't really think you need to worry about them too much. I would worry about the large gap between the mortar and the air defense. On on either side of the town hall,
Yeah, no, that's where we
opposite
think
the
the
queen.
bombs are at. Yeah, that's where we think the bombs are at. Is right in that area. So if you look at the mortar right near home, you figure as you work your way down towards that air defense, it's something like bomb Tesla or Tesla bomb something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Figure
So
it's
I
the
would.
same.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you figure it's mirrored on the
I would
bottom side too.
honestly. I might even consider looning this base because the expos are on ground. And with a good enough push, you can get two air defenses. But Wade doesn't have very high heroes, so that might be difficult. I mean, you
On
could
Twitch,
definitely
we're
hog
going to
it.
discuss that. On Twitch, we're going to call Benji out for having low heroes. All right,
Hey,
all right,
man.
don't worry. I'll be getting even. Don't worry.
There's
Just
nothing wrong
watch
with
your
it.
back.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Everybody was there at one point or another. Wait. For those of you who don't know, White plays baseball during the summer, so he gets a little less farming time in than the rest of us. So his heroes are slacking. 'Cause I think we went Town Hall 9 around the same time, Wait.
Did we?
I think so. So when I joined the clan, I was at Town Hall 9. I think you had just went Town Hall 9.
Yeah,
And what are your heroes right now, Wait?
because I've been working on Dark Troop upgrades, so that as soon as I got them both at 10, I just kind of let the heroes sit for a little bit and try to get the other stuff up.
So you mean to tell me my second account has the same level heroes as you?
Stop, don't don't do that. Don't turn into clams on me, because that really, I don't know if I can take another one.
So
That's
Scrub, why
funny.
don't you tell us? Why don't you tell us what base you're looking at?
All right, so I'm probably going to take 23 when I get out from work in the morning. So looking at 23. First thing I noticed when I saw 23 is the Archer Queen and an air defense are damn near on the outside of the base. They're right beside each other
Right.
in like the first layer of walls. For some reason, he's got all his wizard towers inside the core. So I know there's no Teslas in the core. But it's not like they're going to do any good because if I send lava hounds at air defenses, all the wizard towers are touching air defenses. So I can basically just count those out. Expos are touching air defenses, so all that's going to be shooting at the lava hounds.
Right.
So you figure I'll come in between home and third near that Archer Tower and cannon. I'll probably just do a cold-blooded just to keep it kind of simple because the point is so close. If I really wanted to, I could try to shatter from third base but I think I'm just going to do a cold plate actually. Bring 4 lava hounds and just work my way around the base because the air defenses aren't touching each other. So the one that is touching each other, I'm going to take out Marcher Queen.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
and it's nice that the wizard towers are all in range of the air defenses, and they're literally right next to them.
yeah.
So
So
that should help you out.
when I was looking at it, I noticed that the CC extends out past the wall. So probably what I'll do is I'll probably come through and drop a golem on the corner where I can get the archer tower and the cannon to shoot at it, but without pulling the CC. And then, because he's got basically all his cannons on the bottom side of the base, I'm just going to bring a couple of minions to hit these gold mines here on the bottom for my funnel. And then I will bring wizards to funnel the other side. The only problem I'm having looking at it is the fact that that archer tower up there, top part of third base, won't be shooting my golem. So might be a little tight on the funnel there. So I might drop a wizard on this water hut down here and hope it walks forward and shoots that army camp without getting shot by the archer tower.
Right.
Yeah, so that might be a little tight right there. But I figure I'll bring probably 4 wall breakers because I've had a couple of wall breaker fails. 3 is all you need to get through a Lego or lava, but I will probably bring 4 just in case. Do a test wall breaker because that's what happened the last time. I had a spring trap shoot a wall breaker in the sky. And then
Yeah, with
get in
that gap
there.
like that, there could definitely be little bombs or spring traps.
Yeah, so I'll figure I'll get in there. My golem get in there and wait for it to draw the CC. So right after that arch tower goes down, as it walks towards the cannon, then I'll drop my Barb King in there to deal with the Archer Queen and let my Archer Queen shoot some stuff. So, and then after that, I'll probably go counterclockwise. No, I might go clockwise actually, because all
You're going
the Archer
clockwise.
Tower, yeah, all the Archer Towers are up top. So I can take those out first, because then as I work my way towards the bottom of the base, I don't even have to drop any wounds on those cannons down there.
That's a great point.
Yeah. So you're looking at how many Archers? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming there might be Teslas in those 2 compartments up top.
Yeah, I can imagine they are.
Yeah, and you figure there's going to be a
And maybe
Tesla.
next to those elixir storages in there.
Well, I don't know. There's going to be something down here by this mortar and air sweeper by home.
Yeah.
So, but I'm assuming that those 2 might be Teslas. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so probably about 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 moons up top in the get-go. And because the air defenses are so shallow, I can probably rage right into them and get them out pretty quick. And let my pig dogs just fly across. So what I'll do is I'll drop a pig dog from third near those army camps.
Yep.
And let it fly into that air defense. And then I'll drop one from the DE drill on the left side of second base to fly to that one. 2 loons, 2 loons, 1 loon for the Tesla, and a rage spell. And then you figure 1 loon, another hound to go to the second air defense. That's 3 hounds. And then my 4th one comes from first base near those army camps. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 rage spells. And then 2 loons on the backside I can wait and hold on to for this back Archer Tower.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I'll probably drop a rage right over the core. That stuff comes to the core. So that'll be 3 rage spells. And just see where it goes from there. Probably not going to be a dragon in the CC. Because we were watching them fill their clan castles up, and they didn't look like they put too many dragons in. So,
I like the plan, Scrub.
yeah, for sure.
I think it's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
why
we'll see how.
why don't we show some of their other pieces, what we might
Yeah.
do against them?
All right, let's look at.
Gentlemen, I have to get out of here. A call that I need to get the hell in there for a meeting, so I'll be back.
Hey,
All right, White,
good
take
luck,
it easy.
Wait.
User disconnected from your channel.
All right, so I'm looking at 21 now. Let's start.
21.
Let's start at 21 and work our way down.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So looking at base 21, this is a max on 30 heroes.
Yep.
Sitting on full storages, so I'm hoping I can come across him in the wild.
If only.
Right. But just looking at the base, how would you take this base if you were to have to attack it?
If I had to attack this, I'd say I'd probably hog it. Because a lot of the defenses are really clumped up together there. And there's not too many really dangerous double giant bomb spots. Like if you could get in there and take out that north cannon, that would eliminate two potential double bomb spots. And I'm sure there's gonna be a Tesla in each of those anyway. But I feel like I don't see too many dangerous spots for doubles. If you look in the south, you could fit doubles there, right? But your hogs, if you drop them on those cannons in the south, are going to pass to the archer tower and then to the air defense. They're going to pass completely around them. So it would definitely be tough on the first attack, or at least tougher than the other shit bases we're looking at. But I think you could definitely get a good hog attack in on this guy. What do you think?
All right, so looking at the clan castle, you can board the clan castle with a giant, looks like. And I think you're probably right. I think probably shatter Goho from the north. Like use a giant to lure, drop a golem with either side of that cannon, wall break in, and drop a jump spell right there on that archer tower. You'd want to funnel probably around the elixir collectors. Near the elixir storages on either side.
Yep.
And before you break in, you want to give your archer opponent a chance to clear out some of that junk along with your wizards. But yeah, no, and that'll clear out those two potential double giant bomb spots up top, which really shouldn't be double giant bombs.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. They're probably out on the Teslas if he put any thought in his base. But
it's pretty symmetrical, so I'm sure he found it on the internet.
Yeah. Because if he made that base.
So yeah, once you take out those top potential spots, all you have to worry about is the bottom ones. And if you, so I'm just, this is just for the sake of example. If I were to drop my hogs like a 2-finger drop on the air defense and the sweeper there, they'd path into on the left. I'm talking on the west side, and then they'd path into the wizard tower and the cannon to the expo, and they'd move into the wizard tower in the core there, and a couple would stray and go down. And you might lose a couple to bombs, like one pass from the wizard tower to the air defense to the mortar to the archer tower in the south, and then they could run over what I think could be a bomb. But I just can't see that being a potent double, as in, like, I don't think it's going to take out a large mass of hogs at any point, just because of the way the defenses are laid out and spread apart throughout the base.
Yeah, no, because you got a pretty good strip going right across the middle of defenses that leads you straight through the core from east to west and west to east.
Exactly.
And there's no gaps there, so.
That's how I would probably take that out. But I would probably be a little bit nervous about those 30-30 heroes trying to take them both on at the same time.
Yeah, I think you're probably smarter for Taki to give his base a shot. No, Taki's not even back yet, is he?
No, he's out doing a walkabout.
Yeah.
All right, 22.
Right, there's base number 22.
I'm sure you already know what I'm thinking.
And a Valk right through the middle of that base, and then hog the outside.
I would Valk this base, for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's just a huge open core. That's really what you're looking for with the Valk attack. I would probably bring a Shattered Govaho with back end hogs, similar, much like what I'm doing on the base that I'm hitting. Just the way the defenses are laid out along the outside. If you did two-finger drops from, let's say, the north on those two cannons, and then on the archer tower in the cannon, the way the defenses are laid out, they would path. It would just be like right down Broadway. They would go because the Valks are in there just estimating what's in the core. So the only things they could do, they take out those outer defenses. They go into the archer tower and the mortar in the north, and then they just come down and go right along that strip. I just can't see any. The bombs are going to be in the core on this base, just based on where everything is laid out. So that just completely neutralizes them and makes it perfect for a back end hog Valk attack.
Yeah, because you're looking at the core of this base and you're thinking Teslas and bombs, but you said wizard towers. Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like the hog idea going down the side because there aren't any spaces for spring traps that are really going to affect your hogs. You can just literally run them right up and down side, both sides of the base, and take it over.
Yeah, I just think it's another terrible layout. It's completely vulnerable to that kind of attack. I just don't understand it.
Well, I don't know what to say, man.
All right.
This is just awful.
Let's go to 23.
I'm attacking 23. We already went over it. We got 23 and 24 done.
So 25.
Yeah. All right, looking at 25 here.
So 25. This is a kind of interesting base. I was looking at it a little earlier. It's just another. It's not a great layout. It's not as easy to determine what you would do, but that might even be because there are multiple attacks that you could do that would take down the space. I bet if Scrub's looking at it, he's thinking about a shattered La Lune. Am I correct on that, Scrub?
Yeah, because it's just begging for to come in between second and third base.
Take out both heroes.
Yeah, you drop a golem up here on this cannon and one on the archer tower. You can get a good funnel going. Just because the army camps are up there. You can wall break in because the wizard tower is going to be shooting at a golem. Drop a jump spell. You can literally drop one right on the barbecue platform and just basically open up all the way to the core of the base. You'll get both
get
heroes,
right in all the way.
CC. Yeah, you'll get everything.
So, and that's why this is a bad layout. Another thing, when I was scouting it, I was just looking through the bases trying to find good bases to Valk, and I think this would be an interesting base to hit with Valks. And here's what I would think about doing. I would probably use the fact that the base is kind of segmented in the center into two jumpable sections. So what I would do is drop a jump much like where Scrub said over the Barb King platform to get into the core. And it would also allow the Valks to get around to the other defenses in there. And then I'd drop another jump, probably on the junction in between the Expo and the air defense closer to the south. Because I imagine that the Valks would path there if they didn't stay in the core. Just considering that there's no defenses on the other side. So I'd probably drop
first.
Yeah, so I'd probably drop a second jump there. And it would get them into the side compartments, into the other air defense compartments. And then I would probably hog the other side. Just because those air defenses are fairly spread, so if I did loons, I'd have to send them in very late. And I don't see too many potential bomb spots. And most of the defenses are out against the walls, with the exception of the southeast compartment with the wizard tower. All the rest of them are up against the walls, which means the spring traps aren't really gonna be too much of an issue with hogs. So that's just an interesting thing I was thinking about. Another way you could look at trying to do the space.
Sure. It's an odd layout to be sure.
Yeah, it's definitely very strange. It doesn't look to be an internet base, so I guess I'll give them credit there, but it doesn't make it a good base by any stretch.
Yeah, because I was looking at the CC pool, and it looks like he tried to make it a difficult CC pool. Like he tried to make it where you just have to put a giant down, but it's really easy. Like Somebody could just throw a hog in at this west side Archer Tower and get the whole CC. Maybe 2
Exactly.
hogs. Yeah.
Exactly, man. Just at that Archer Tower, that mortar.
Hmm.
And you could just drop them right next to the elixir collector, and even if there was a trap there, you wouldn't trigger it.
Yeah, no.
So 26, what I said about this guy having a custom base, it becomes a great juxtaposition to 26.
And you look at a reverb of the general.
And 26 is the general, and I hate the general.
And it looks like he tried to fix it to make it better with the bomb spots, and he made it worse.
He made it way worse, and he switched the king and queen, thinking that would throw people off. Generally, you see the queen on the right side on most iterations of the general, but people try to switch it up. It just remains a terrible layout. Scrub, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you would do?
All right, looking up here on the west side of the base between second and third, the section with the 2 cannons and the wizard tower, I would politely send 1 golem smack in the middle of that and literally just wall break in after I funnel, take out the archer queen and air defense, the clan castle, and then Laloon from either direction that I felt like.
Whichever
Bring
way you
4
want.
Yeah, 4 lava rounds, about 16 balloons, and you can basically just rotate your way around the base. Looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, you can literally do it with 14 wounds if you really felt confident and had good rage placements. But I mean, it's another base where you can bring 4 rages. You bring 4 rages with a lava and don't for stuff something went horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's how you hog it, because I know that's what you're finna do.
So there's a couple different ways you could hog it. I would say the best way would be to come in from the south. I would actually probably bring 3 golems on this attack, just because the more the golems walk into the base, the easier you're going to trigger the only possible bomb spots on the entire base.
Yeah, you
So
figure they'll split off at the bottom and wander around towards the king and one towards
I
the
would
archer.
I would probably do a stone goho, 3 golems from the dead south. Begin probably dead center there, and just kind of funnel everything into that one large.
You there? I lose clams.
User joined your channel.
Hey, what's up, Space?
What's going on?
User in your channel
Nothing.
timed
I think
out.
I just lost clams. So wonderful timing. I don't know what happened to him. He was in the middle of talking and just dropped out. Yeah, so
What base you guys looking at right now?
we were looking at 26. Clams
User
was
entered your channel.
Sorry about that.
back now. Yeah,
I
Space
lost-
is here, by the way.
I lost my internet. Hello, Space. Welcome.
Hey, buddy. Thanks.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about? We're looking at 26 right now, Space.
Yeah, we
Okay.
missed like the back end of your
Yeah,
explanation.
I figured my internet cut. It's probably gonna end up happening again. But that's why I want Space. Why don't we let Space go ahead and tell us how he would try to hog this base?
All right. Yeah, so we're looking at 26 Space. It's basically the general.
Yep.
And what do you have going on in the background, bro?
Me or?
You, yeah. There's some noise
I
going
don't
on in
know.
the
Can
background.
you hear anything or like I know my light's on, but I don't really. It's pretty quiet over here.
I assume it's you because you're the only one that's glowing on TeamSpeak right now. All right, don't worry about it. I might just be hearing things.
Yeah, it's been on like that for the last couple of days. I don't know what it is. I think it's because my my voice detection is so low. I put it like I jacked it low because I was cutting out at the beginning of when I talk.
Oh, you mean you got it so high?
26. I would probably. I think I've hogged this space before, but maybe you'd want to lure from the. maybe from the southwest and try and trip that bomb, but then maybe send in another couple hogs after.
Yeah. So see, if I were to hog it, I wouldn't even lure, man. I just I'd actually probably do what Clams was talking about and bring a stone goho, bring 3 golems from the bottom. You drop one
Yep.
on each of the arch towers, and you
Yeah.
And
fly
you
really
could break
wide.
in, and you wouldn't even need a jump spell at any point because the queen is going to jump into the compartment herself. Just because of where the golems are going to be, they're going to barely trigger her range once they pass the wizard towers, and then she's going to jump into the
Yep.
compartment to target them. And that's exactly what you want. And then with 3 golems, I think you could definitely get up there. And I don't know where I cut out, so I'll just go back to saying it. And so with the 3 golems, I think you could definitely get up there and take out a good half of the base, right? And then you're going to bring hogs from the top. And I would honestly just sprinkle them on those 4 top defenses. You'd probably get sprung
Like
in the top. So I'm trying to figure out how I would avoid that, but it's not that big of a deal because your kill squad's going to be pushing very hard, and the expos are going to be targeting them. So once you get down those first few point defenses, the 3 cannons on the archer tower, it's just splash defense, and you got 2 heals for your hogs.
Yep. That's a good one.
So that's probably what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, it's the general. So
You got those
it's
big
pretty
ass heroes
stuff.
though.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely an important part. That's ancillary to the stone goho. All right, let's look at the next one,
with
Scrub.
lower heroes,
27.
you might.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
No,
go
that's
ahead,
cool.
Space.
Makes
What
sense.
would you do?
Well, I don't know. With lower heroes, maybe you'd want to cold blood from, like, maybe get a lure and trip a bomb. You know how I always do that.
Yeah,
I'll invest
right.
pretty hard, get the lure, and maybe even burn a spell. You wouldn't need a jump either. You'd still have 3 heals, and just cold blood the
Yep.
queen, and then I'd just wall from the east. I don't think they'd trip the bombs at the same time, down low.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You have 3 heals.
Because just the way this guy changed his defenses, it changes the way the hogs pass to them, and as a result, it wouldn't trigger the bombs at the same time. So that's the thing.
No.
If you're gonna go ahead and use an internet base, and you're gonna change it, make sure you don't alter the pathing so hard that it makes it that much easier to get your bombs one at a time. And that's what I would say if you're gonna use the general. But the best advice is to just not. That's a terrible base.
Pretty bad base.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
27.
All right, let's look at 27. What would you do, Space?
It looks like you could hog it. But with the air defenses,
Where would you come in?
Maybe if someone wanted to like cold blood Laloon it, that would be a good idea. Like come in.
I think that would be a good idea.
Go counterclockwise or even clockwise actually maybe, because the first one would go down really quick, and then it would immediately head over to the north west air defense, and that would go down quick.
And another important part to note is that one of the X is on ground.
Okay, that's always my favorite.
And I just don't really get why people do that. And it's not even the right one, in my opinion. We come up against a lot of clans, mostly Asian ones, that put one expo on ground. But the one you put on ground is the one that's next to the queen, on the side that people are going to come in on. Because there's just no reason to have the backside X ground, and it just makes it so much easier for someone like Scrub to come in and cold blood Laloon it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking at this base, I might mess around and shatter it, to be real with you.
That is real, and I like that.
Those 2 air defenses right there by the archer queen. I wouldn't even bring
Now you talk
any.
about northeast and southwest. Sorry, northeast and southeast. Those two.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
just
could
on the east side of the base, and you can jump in like where the dark
Yeah.
storage is, right there.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
I
think
would
you
literally,
definitely get it.
yeah. I would send one golem up here at this cannon, and then one at the Archer Tower. And before the Archer Tower went down, I would drop a jump spell right there near the Wizard Tower and Expo, and just open up all those compartments. So my golem's gonna walk forward instead of walking this cannon down here. And I would funnel at an army camp, and then at a gold mine.
And you could bring a
Or
couple minions to make your funneling easier.
yeah,
Just because once you send your golems on that Archer Tower that's exposed there, the only thing that could target your minions would be cannons. So
yeah.
just for
It,
that for the elixir collector on the south side next to that exposed cannon, which I
right.
think might be an important spot to funnel, I think you would be better off dropping a minion on there.
Yeah, 'cause see, what I would do is I would probably, when I go to do my funnel and drop my heroes, I want to set my Archer Queen up towards the Dark Spell Factory, or just on the top side of this Dark Drill. That way, when she walks forward, she's gonna shoot DE storage, cannon, and all that stuff. And then when she jumps in, she'll be closer to the air defense. Then my Barb King will take up the other air defense as he walks down to get the Archer Queen. So that way I can make sure
To
I get
take out
both
the
air
queen.
defenses. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I
probably
think
what I
that would
would
go
do.
very well for you. And again, this base is completely symmetrical. The only thing is that he has one mortar in the north, as opposed to mirroring the mortar which is on the west side. That's the only difference. Other than that, all the point defense is completely symmetrical, and that doesn't bode well for your base. It makes it that much easier to 3-star with that many different attacks.
Right.
So just make your own base. All
I
right,
Yeah.
agree.
the next one, number 28, is my personal favorite.
Oh gosh, what's
Favorite number,
28?
your favorite base. I've seen it.
My favorite base space, and I'm sure you're gonna love it too. We've seen it the last
I
3
hit it and
consecutive
I
wars.
2-starred it. Yeah, but top 3-starred it.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
but
the one that
your plan created the star strategy on the space.
was it
What
his
did
or
you
Uh,
go
Tip
for,
Dog?
Paul?
Hip Dog did a crazy one that was difficult to replicate. So what Space did is he sent 4 golems, right? And he sent them from the king side, okay?
All
Uh,
4 of them?
yep, two to the left and 2 to the right. And so what
Oh
they're
yeah.
gonna do is circle the base,
The
and
queen
you
was where
you
that
can bring
builder
some
hut is
witches
now,
behind them.
though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the queen was in a different spot.
They're switched. So
The king
you'd
was
come
in
from
the
the
same spot,
backside.
and the CC was in the core, I think. And the queen was where that builder hut is, right by the red flag.
Yeah, but so it's
And
just on the other side.
I sent 4 golems at her.
I think you could still take care of it. Just coming from the backside. Well, the clan castle, first of all, is completely exposed, and the king is completely exposed, which is terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. I think my problem
So
was
that, I mean, you could take that out with just nothing in
Yeah.
one line,
Yeah.
and you should have sent him in 2. And then Papa Smurf did exactly what you did, and 3-starred it, but he just split up the hogs.
He split up the hogs. My hogs went to the Tesla,
Yeah.
and then the Expo, then the Tesla, and then they went out of the core to the Wizard Tower, and that fucked me.
So
Oh wow.
the key to the base to a base like this.
What's that?
The key to a base like this, if you see a base that looks anything like this, is to intentionally circle it. And what I mean by that is they're setting this up as an anti-2-star base because, in terrible clan wars, you're just going to get go wiped a lot of the time. And a go wipe isn't going to 2-star this base 99% of the time, because the defenses are all laid out in such a way that all your troops are just going to target the defenses all the way around. So it's going to be very difficult for you to get in there with a go wipe. Now with Quake, it might be a different ballgame, but there's so much space in between the map of the base on the outside and the core. If you take away the walls and just look at the 2 expos, the 4 wizard towers, and then there's Teslas in there too. There's just so much distance that even with Quakes, it would be difficult to get in there with a straight go wipe. And so what you do is you intentionally circle the base. And so what I would do on this base is I would bring 4 golems, much like Space did, and I'd bring them from between second and third base. So on that backside, closer to the queen. I would send 2 golems to the left and 2 golems to the right, and just a massive witches behind each of them. I would send my queen around the base, and I would actually hold my king in this instance, because you got to get in there and kill the queen, right? So you got your golems and your witches going around the base, and then once they round the corner, I would drop my king and a jump spell to the queen. You see what I'm saying? So he would target the wizard towers, either one on the corner, and then the queen would start shooting at him, and then you drop a jump spell to send him into where she is, because once she starts hitting him, he's going to aggro her immediately.
Yeah.
And then I would send
You
the
definitely
hogs
wanna
back
wait on
in,
the jump.
like
Yeah,
Space
sure.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
That's
wait on the
crazy.
jump to see which side your king goes, and then you drop the jump,
Mhm.
and the king will be able to get in and
Oh yeah.
take
for
out the queen. And the expos, because your troops are rounding the corner, the expos should, at least on one side, be targeting your outer troops, like your golems that are on those air defenses or air sweepers there. Because the key to this is waiting until your troops round the corner and take out the all the buildings around the corner, so that your king in this case, doesn't stray, and your hogs.
Right.
So that's what I would think. You send your king in late, you discretionary jump spell for whichever side he goes, and then you use his ability there. And this requires a high level king, but I mean it's a max 10 on 9 defenses base, and it's a level 21 queen, so you're gonna need a high level king to get in there anyway.
Right.
That's what I would do, and then I would send hogs from the same side, in a manner like what Space said. Send 2 groups of them so that they don't path outside the base and leave half of the inner defenses sitting there. So
Right.
you'd have to bring a jump, which would take away one of your. It would probably take away one of your, like a rage spell, because you'd rage your witches around, but you could go without that with enough witches, because you only need 10 hogs to take out the core.
Probably just 8.
That's what
8
Bob
hogs.
used. Yeah.
So I think it's definitely doable.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you would do, Ace? Can you think of anything else against this?
I don't know. I might try and leave something for the king to lock onto, and I might drop the jump like before he gets there. I might have the jump waiting for him. That's all. Because the queen.
That's a good point. Maybe you could leave like
The queen should aggro him, like
maybe you could leave like the air defense and the builder side in the center.
yeah, or try to do that. I know that's
Yeah,
hard.
that's a good point.
But,
Yeah, with your witches running all over the place, it'd be difficult. Maybe you could really
now, if
really
everyone's
split it
gone,
up, right? Like you drop your.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't really know how I would hit it.
This queen is better positioned than the last one, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah,
it's
for
just a
sure.
piss poor base.
I'm gonna be interested to see if they take this base. I'll be interested to see what RM says about this base. Because when we see strange bases, RM seems to come up with strange ways to 3-star them. So
Yeah, I would love to see RM hit this base. So hopefully we come in and 3-star it, and we can show you how we did it tomorrow.
yeah, we'll definitely
Oh
see
yeah,
what RM says
with the
about
air
it.
defenses around the outside. Yeah, RM just went off to bed, but it'd be great to see what he has to say about it.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's move on to 29. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Hey, Space, I think you're gonna have to do your first Valk attack of the with your maxes, man.
No, I already have my
Oh, that's a good point, Nate. Nate, let's go back to 28 for a second.
Yeah.
Nate of SOAS, shout out to Nate. Shout out to all the SOAS guys. Nate says that he would use Valks to clean the perimeter and then funnel the hogs into the core. And that might be more effective because the Valks are going to target all the trash buildings
Then golems
and they're going to take him out pretty quickly, 2 at a time, because they're all connected together. And then he brings 10 to 13 hogs into the core. So I think that might be a more economically sound way to do it. And I like that suggestion. It'll be interesting to see how it gets taken out. So now back to 29. A white flag base, as Nate also pointed out in chat. And it's one of my favorite bases. This looks exactly like the base I hit last war, to a T, I'd say. And so I'll tell you what I would do. I'd Valk it, of course.
You going 3-star it again?
I'm not. It's 10 spots down the war map, so I probably won't end up hitting it. That's why I suggested space to it. But those heroes are pretty high, 23-15. So a good way to 3 this base is to Valk it. You'd pick one of the sides, one of the flat sides. You don't want to come in on a corner, because the way the defenses are set up, you'd have to take out 2 sections. So what I would do is I'd send 2 golems right through the center. Like, let's just say at like 4 o'clock. 1 golem at the air defense and 1 golem it would probably target the archer tower. And then you need a lot of wizards on this kind of attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because
especially
you have to clean out.
In the corner.
Yeah, you got to clean out those storages. So I would send those in early. Because if you look, nothing can target wizards in the corner there until they take out those storages. So I would send those in. I would send probably 3 on each side, and just let them beat on those storages a little bit, right? And then I'd send the golems in right before they finish the storages, because then it would aggro the archer towers, the queen, the cannon on the outside, the archer tower on the left side. And your wizards would come in and take out those defenses, right? And all you need to go down is the archer tower closest to the wizard tower and the cannon closest to the air defense. And then you drop a jump right on top of those gold mines there in the center. And your Valks and your heroes and your golems are going to funnel straight in and go straight into the core. And 1 heal can cover the entire core on this base. And then you're going to want to hog the outside because of the air defenses, but it would be somewhat difficult because of where the double giant bombs are on this. So you'd have to use some extreme caution, and I might even change where I'd come in at based on where the double giant bombs are.
Yeah, so here's my question.
Go ahead.
Are there Teslas in the core too? Or were the Teslas on the outside?
I would think so. I would think so, but those walls are in there, so they're not the Teslas aren't going to be in there. The Teslas are going to be outside the base for sure.
Yeah, okay, so if you get your Valks in the core and you realize there's no Teslas in the core, I wouldn't even waste a heal in there, because the only thing shooting at them is going to be the Expo.
Yeah, that's true, and they could live through it.
Yeah.
And you could use the heals.
I think
so the double bombs on this.
Yeah, what about the bombs?
Generally, the bombs are on the outer compartments, like, so at around 7 o'clock, there's a cannon, a wizard tower, and an air defense. Generally, on this base, I would see double bombs right behind that cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not really a great spot for them, because if you send hogs in on that cannon, right, it'll path to that wizard tower, and it'll probably trigger one of the bombs.
Right.
So
that's just get them one at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's all you really need, because you're using you can allocate the heals for them. You'd have 3 of them, and there's only 2 sides where the double bombs are, and usually they're side by side. They're like opposite each other on the base.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't really anticipate too much of a problem there.
All right.
What would you guys think?
Me personally, I tend to really dislike white flag bases, simply because when I law loon, it takes a little something to get my loons to path across the middle, which is where the expos are sitting at. But because the air defenses are so close to the outside, it's usually pretty funny. But I would definitely think about hogging this for sure. And I know before I started hogging, I had run across one of these bases, and I actually just I did a go wee, and I let my golems walk around the outside, because they just walk around and follow those defenses, and then I just jumped my witches into the core.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what that gets hit with. But I generally typically just don't hit these bases unless I have to, and then I usually will get someone else to look at it for me and
Yeah.
make a plan up for it.
If
Yeah, I like
got a
that.
quick question about it. If you let like your pack of hogs, like you didn't worry about the core because there's really not much there. But maybe you sent your heroes in with a golem by the wicks, right? So maybe you come in at 10 and you take
Right.
out the air defense. Not that it really matters. You're not going to use loons. You're going to hog it. But if you let the hogs run the ring, and there's bombs in between, behind that first defense on every side. Would they trip one at a time? No.
Yeah,
Could have
I'm
heals
sure
for
they
each
would.
little area, right?
Yeah.
And, wow.
You're gonna hog the ring.
Inside. I don't think your heroes and witches were going to take the core. But
Would you loon the
Yeah.
core? Would you do a reverse holo? What do you think about that space?
No, with the air defenses like that, I don't know if I would do a Valo but
No, my problem
And I
with
don't
doing
think
that
you
would
can
be
do
the
a-
expos. The expos it would take a while to get into the
yeah,
expos.
because they're going to be on the freaking hog
Yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah, so the reason I really don't like La Loon in this base is because you have to drop your loon so far out because the edge of the
Everything's spread.
base. Yeah, that's the
Mhm.
problem. It takes too long to get into the core. So, I mean, no,
Yeah,
definitely,
that's
definitely
another interesting one.
Hogs and Valks are probably going to be the way to go with this base for sure.
Yeah, it would just be interesting to see if the hogs can avoid the bombs. Because with a Valk attack, you don't have too many hogs,
Hmm.
so it would be pretty interesting to see.
It'd be tough not to.
Let's look at
tough
30
not
now.
to-
All right, so 30. What do you got on 30 space?
I know what I would do for sure, right off the rip.
What are you thinking?
Just
Shattered
really,
last.
no, man, that's an easy CB. I wouldn't even worry about Shattered. There's a lot of crap between two air defenses at once, but for a cold-blooded, for sure, especially because the air defense is out in front of the Archer Queen instead of behind her, you could definitely
Right.
get an air defense and then have your Barb King jump into the Archer Queen. So for me, I would come in around third base.
Yep.
Yeah, I would just drop a golem on that cannon down here, wall break in, and probably just go to work. Actually,
You can get on those wizard towers pretty quick.
yeah.
The ones in the north, you wouldn't have to worry about that much.
Actually, you might want to consider hogging it. Just to be honest with you. Because you figure there's a double giant bomb behind the mortars on each side in front of those
Yep.
expos.
Mm-hmm.
This might be
Hogs
actually
won't
be a
pass there coming from the north.
right.
Really?
No, they'll path around it.
No,
Right.
they shouldn't. They go to the expo and then
Nope.
they hit the sweeper.
Or yeah, they'll go from expo to either sweeper or the air defense. They're just gonna go right around
Right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
You could maybe save a couple hogs to send in on that Archer Tower and Mortar later on in the raid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be a good way to diffuse those.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, you definitely need a heal now.
Yeah, I think that would work pretty well.
Expos and if you cold blooded, you trip one, you trip the left.
Yeah, you'll for sure trip the left.
So all you have to worry about is passing them around the one. So you could do a wall from like first base and hit all those.
Yeah, so this is definitely one of those bases.
On the right hand side.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those bases where I'd be like, you can do whatever you please with this base. Because you can either cold blood Lolin or cold blood hog it. Because you'll get an air defense and a double giant bomb, it looks like. So
Yeah, that's bad. That's an exploit for sure.
yeah. And it's got expos on ground, so I mean it's screaming at me to Lolin it. Like if people don't put your expos on the ground.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not
Hilarious.
smart.
Like I have one of mine on ground because I forgot to switch it. and one war where I ate 7 attacks. I'm like, wow, that really helped. So I haven't changed it.
Oh, space.
Space.
This is space. Do you remember the last time I rated your base space?
Yeah, but that was a shitty base, to be fair, bro.
Okay, to be fair, if I look at your base and I see even one expo on ground, oh. We're gonna have to do an interclan scrim sometime so I can hit space again.
That's fine. We can do that.
Yeah.
Or just get
I would love to.
No, I will pass.
All right.
Another thing, real quick before we leave, I noticed about this base. That's some really piss poor sweeper placement. Like,
oh, that's brutal.
yeah, come on now.
What here?
I think
Brutal sweeper placement.
no
Sweeper.
on 30. The sweeper placements are awful. Just the way they're facing.
So why don't you go ahead and educate the pool on a little bit of air sweeper technology?
Yeah,
Scrub.
air sweeper, because mine are probably in like the worst position you can imagine, but I don't know where to put them.
Okay, so you're looking at these sweepers right here, and basically the way that they're facing, they're basically telling you to come around and counterclockwise hit this base. That way, they are not going to affect any balloons, basically, until after they've come through and started destroying the sweeper. So I would start down here at this cannon and just start dropping loons and rage them basically into the sweeper. After you get the archer plane and air defense down, and because there's no expo up, you figure there might be a Tesla in there, but everything else, like the loons, are going to pass straight into the sweepers. And because both of the sweepers are facing in directions that you wouldn't start your path from, it would be really bad. So basically what they should have done, if they're going to leave their sweepers there, which is already in a bad spot, they should rotate it to where one sweeper is facing down towards third, and the other one's facing up towards second. I mean, down towards home and up towards second. If you're going to leave them sitting in the core like that, to be better and actually affect the loon some, because the way they've got them now, they're really not going to affect the loon pathing at all, because they'll both be gone before half the base is gone.
Good point. That's just a little thing about air sweeper placement. You wanna look at where your attacker would start his lava or his loon deployment. That's what's really important, because they can mess up a raid. You know, they're not the worst things in the world. They have a purpose, and if you're using them like this, you might as well not use them at all.
Yeah, or really, if anything, the sweeper on the right, I guess, isn't that bad, but you would need to face this left sweeper down, because you figure they're going to come in to get your archer queen from this side, so they'll either go clockwise or counterclockwise. So you want to face your sweepers so they affect both of those directions first. So the sweeper on the right, I guess, technically speaking, affects the
pathing.
Kills. The left sweeper just kills. Like, it just begs for you to come counterclockwise and hit it that way.
Yeah, exactly. So just when you place your sweepers, don't just stupidly point them at air defenses. Think about which, and think about the why. The why is really what's important.
Right. All right, so before we go to any more of the Town Hall 9s, we're already, it's half the Town Hall 9s. Let's look at some of the Town Hall 10s real quick. I noticed something earlier. We're going to go all the way back up to number 1 on our Town Hall 10 list and check it out. First thing that I noticed when I saw this, 40/40 heroes. Right off the rip. Now, these are some of the stranger Town Hall 10 bases I've seen.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I think the fun...
Go ahead.
I'm just thinking about DP. I can just literally see him dropping his Earthquake spell smack on that Wizard Tower right there on the south.
Yep.
And getting right into everything that he wants to get into.
Yeah, and one thing I think is interesting about this base is it's basically a Town Hall 9 layout. And a terrible Town Hall 9 layout at that, let alone Town Hall 10. You know, and so you look at those outer walls where it's kind of like a little path into the base, and that's something I've seen at a Town Hall 9 on some terrible internet bases. And Nate agrees. He says an Earthquake or jump at the Wizard Tower gets into the core right away. And so that's how you'd exploit this base at Town Hall 10 for sure.
Yeah.
So it's just a
Okay.
terrible layout. It's like, you're going up to a new town hall level, and this guy's clearly been there for a long time because he has all max defenses and max heroes, and he's got a bunch of zap walls and lavas. So the fact that he still has this terrible layout really baffles me.
Yeah. I was curious about this clan. Basically, this profile right here should sum up their clan. You look at this guy's gold grab. 1.3 billion gold grab. And he's got 143 war stars. So that basically sums up what most of your 50v50 wars are going to look like. You're going to come across farming clans that don't work. Which is pretty sad considering how if I have level 40 heroes, I'm not farming anything else ever again. I'll get my walls slowly.
Exactly. He should really. The only thing he has left is war, and he's
Yeah.
not doing it right. He won't
Nice.
even put out a decent base. Oh, nice. Let's look at number 2, Scrub.
Yeah, he's failing at war. Oh, good. Yes, welcome to 50v50 wars. When we found this matchup, this is what every single war base looked like on the enemy side.
All
Top
of
to
them.
bottom.
1 through 50.
Yeah, they all sat looking like that. And as
that-
you can see, he's got 40 heroes too.
This guy has max heroes, and he's war farming. What's the point of war farming when your base is maxed out? Someone tell me. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Why would you farm with a max base? I just don't really get it.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that he puts a base out just for sake of my mental.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, we'll get a Town Hall 10 3-star on a max heroes base, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a terrible, terrible base.
Yeah, what's number 3 look like? Okay, so this is base number 3.
I would say this is considerably better than 1. 2 we won't even talk about. But this guy has a max queen, a 36 king, and almost all max defenses. He has 1 archer tower left to go to two left to go to max, and
All his cannons need to go up.
his cannons are level 12, and you can go to 13. But this base is a little better, but not considerably so, because I still think an earthquake on any of those inner compartments is going to crush this base. You could break in, let's say, at the dark drill at first base on the east corner. Nate says they're war farming because they got to get them zaps. Great point, Nate.
Oh, they need to talk to Sins about that, Nate. Just go talk to Sins and Aaron. That's how you farm correctly.
So yeah, I feel like if you break in at, let's say, at first base, at any of those defensive points, and then you quake over the Inferno Tower, you're gonna absolutely smash this base.
Yeah, I will say this: if you're going to quake in, might as well go ahead and quake in.
Take out the whole walls.
Well, you might as well quake in on the west side of Archer. On the west side of the base to come right into the Archer Queen.
Just take the queen out quickly.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
That's crazy. I don't know. I might try to talk to DP into saving an attack to try to Lalu in this base because you got the Archer Queen.
This would be a great Town Hall 10 Laloon base. Not even a queen walk, just a straight up old school Town Hall 10 Laloon.
Yeah, we might try to walk him through that because all the expos are on ground.
And that's just, if you're a Town Hall 10 and you have all 3 expos on ground, you're just begging to be hit with Laloon. Begging.
Yeah. So remind me to bring that up with DP. We might have to talk to him about that. Or if you see him first, talk to him about that.
Yeah, either way.
For sure. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, we're Town Hall 9s, all 3 of us here. So when we see Town Hall 10 bases like this, we really, really wish we were on the Town Hall 10 scene. Because it's like, this is too easy. Alright, so looking at number 4.
Your stupid compartmentalized base. You could quake from the outer wall on any corner into the complete door. So that's just terrible.
Yeah.
Like if you come from, let's just say, if you come from the south where the Wizard Tower is, you could just completely ignore those outer compartments. You'd quake them open from the backside, but you could quake over the Wizard Tower and it would get you into the core all the way, you know, and it would
Yeah.
open up the ring. So you just bring like what, four
Jeez.
golems, three golems, get them in there. They'll walk around the ring, and then it parts the seas for your heroes to just walk into the open core.
Yeah, and you can come in and basically your king's not even going to be that big of a factor on this base because the Archer Queen's going to stand on the other side of the CC and shoot the Town Hall.
Yep,
That's
exactly right.
crazy.
Really shitty layout.
That is ridiculous, man. I can't believe that.
Number 5. Holy moly, what is that? Oh, this is a great one. So obviously we're looking at Town Hall 10 2-star attacks here because these are some very high level Town Hall 10s.
Yeah, but I
and
would
we
still
don't
tell
we don't
someone
have.
I would still
Go
tell
ahead.
someone to shatter this just because there's 2 air defense straddling the Archer Queen.
I'm just thinking like if you quake over the Town Hall, the entire base is open.
Yeah, that too.
So it's just an open base. You know, it's not 2014 anymore, people. It's 2015. You can't have your base like this because people can just quake it all the way wide open.
What gets me is I love these walls right here, sitting on the outside of the
He's
base.
completely wasting lava walls at that. It's not like they're low level. He's completely wasting lava walls in his war base.
Holy crap! But yeah, nah, man, you could definitely come in and shatter from between home and first, and get 2 air defenses and the Archer Queen.
Oh my
Bring you 2
gosh.
freeze and have a
The Town
field
Hall
day.
10 Lava Lunar's dream.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
And
We need
that South
Smurf needs to go
Expo's
to
on the
Town Hall 10.
ground.
Yeah,
He
Smurf
needs
needs
to.
to
We
go
got to
to
get
10.
him up there. We got to get him
Yeah.
up there.
Oh my goodness.
That's another terrible base.
All right, let's look at 6 real quick.
Jesus. What is that? The Town Hall 10 General?
On 6? No. Wait a second. Which one was the gym? Hold on a second. I'll find it real quick. 1 second. There was one that had the general up at the Town Hall 10.
No.
And I thought I was going to lose my mind. No, I'm serious. Look at number 9. Out of number 9 and look at it.
Oh my word. He literally has the General. He literally has the General.
That's a Town Hall 10.
And it's a max base. He's got other than his point defenses, his Inferno towers and his Expos are maxed, and he's got a 27 Queen and a 25 King, and he's running the General.
Yes. This guy's winning the day.
And you can cover both Infernos with a freeze.
And they're on single target.
Oh my gosh. What a horrible, horrible base. That is shameful. I don't even have anything to say. That is shameful. Town Hall 10 hog. You could hog this base as a Town Hall 10.
Yeah, I know if any of the SOAS guys are watching. We recently saw Aaron from SOAS 3-star Town Hall 10. Aaron's mouth would be watering over this base right here.
Just incredible. That's just incredible.
Yeah, I think I'm done looking at Town Hall 10 bases.
Yeah, I can't even believe my eyes.
Yeah, that made me a little sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my word.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You want to look at some? Oh, they don't have any 8s.
No, okay, so yeah, so in this war matchup, the House of L numbers 43 and down are Town Hall 8 and lower. Not counting this guy. This guy's got no defenses. He's just sitting there. But he does have max drags. So and then you look at the other side and they have no 8s, no 7s, and no 6s. All 9s and 10s, guys.
Just incredible.
Yeah, and they have 2010s to our 15. We're not counting Wild and the Jagged Edge. The Jagged Edge has no defenses, and Wild's sitting underneath me. If that lets you know anything.
Wild Streak Rule.
The Wild Streak Rule, baby.
Oh, have you scouted my base? Do you know what I have up? Straight off
Get
the
your
internet.
anti-2-star base up. What if
Straight
one
off.
of these Koreans is watching the stream? One of our 4 stream viewers is the Koreans from this war.
More power to him.
I just mine from Snoopy. I almost forgot.
You won't catch this. You won't catch this in any higher level Twitches. Scrub is going to show his war base with traps on screen.
Yeah, not my anti 3-star base, but
No, none of that.
yeah. Now I've heard that we might be trying to arrange a matchup with Kent. What do you think about that?
I think that would definitely be interesting. They've got some great players there. We don't get too many fun matchups like that. It's either we're way overmatched in Town Hall 10s or we get a farming clan in a 50v50. So I think that would be really awesome to match with Kent. I'd be really into that. And I wasn't in the SOAS L war. I came like a week after it. So I would definitely be excited for that.
All right. I'm just going to glance through 30 and below and see if there's anything interesting in there. I don't think there is.
Bunch of Valk bases everywhere.
Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of Valks and a bunch of Hogs. And 34 is a Shattered Lawloon. Wait a second. Look at 35 real quick.
35. What in the hell is that?
Are those level 2 air defenses with a 29 Archer Queen?
Every single one of them.
With a 29 queen and a 24 king?
1 second. I gotta look at
Holy.
this guy's profile.
Probably what, like, fucking 20 lava walls, maybe?
He's got more war stars than their number 1 guy does.
And
His gold
His-
grab is the same as mine. Holy crap.
his
Edge
point
go?
defenses are
Yeah,
maxed.
he did.
He did.
Hold on.
Great points he did.
I knew it. Look at those.
I was really wondering why Edge did it.
I didn't even look until now. I'm like, wow, got it.
I will say this, though. That 29 Queen might be a pain in the butt to deal with, but with level 2 air defenses, does it really matter?
Look at her.
It really doesn't. Yeah, how do you have a 29 queen on this base?
Yeah, wait a second. That's what I was looking at. That's what I meant to look for.
What's his heroic heist? It's only 3 mil, so it's less than mine, and I don't have a 29 queen. So he's been jamming her up quite a bit.
Jesus Christ. But he's got 305 war stars, which is more than what some other people did, so.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Got more than me. That is an absolutely savage base. I can't even imagine what that guy does. He doesn't even farm Dark Elixir because he doesn't have a high enough heroic heist. That's crazy to me.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Good find. I really hope Edge gets the 3-star on it. Our 50 comes up in 3-stars that with just dragons. And a level 1 king.
No, he has a king now?
Yeah, level
Get
1.
a king.
A couple wars ago, he threw his level 1 king on the board.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah, all in all, they're pretty terrible bases. Like 39. People don't run this base. Ever. We know where your giant bombs are.
Ever.
Yeah. This is almost as worse than the general.
It's just terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be a good war for L. It's going to give our 8s a nice challenge. Try and come up in 3-star, some low 9s. But we'll see. I think it's going to be the best for us Town Hall 9s because we have so many. There's so many to hit. There's so many Town Hall 9s to hit. No
And
one's
so
going to
many
be
of them
fighting.
have max defenses or close to max defenses. I'm wondering how we matched up.
Yeah,
We
the
have
matchup
8s and 7s in our clan.
And the hero level, they have like a crazy advantage in hero levels because of some of their bases. Like some of them have a 15 king and a 30 queen, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering. But I'm noticing as you get towards the bottom, their walls are pretty bad. I've seen a lot of purple and skull walls.
Right.
Still, that doesn't make up
Yeah,
for.
but their defenses are pretty high at 9. At Town Hall 9, their defenses are pretty good.
Yeah, that doesn't make up for max defenses.
Yeah, and they got more Town Hall 10 high heroes. It's a crazy matchup.
Yeah. But all right, guys, I think that's all the scouting that we're gonna do. Like I said, I have to go to work by the time War Day starts. So tomorrow there should be plenty of attacks to show. Hopefully, we'll catch some live and we'll see some action tomorrow.
We hope to have you all back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks for visiting the stream.
Yep. This is
Take it
McScrub.
easy.
What?
Take it easy.
All right, guys. See ya.